While many businesses are trying to figure out how to get by with dramatically reduced capacity, others remain closed altogether, including many local music venues, which aren't allowed to reopen until there's a widely available vaccine or treatment for the virus. And while fundraisers and virtual performances brought in some revenue, it's been nowhere near enough for most. Some have had to shut down for good, including Bella Luna and the Milky Way in Jamaica Plain, Cantab Lounge in Cambridge, Thunder Road Music Club, and Bull McCabe's in Somerville. And for the rest, with bills piling up and little to no revenue coming in, tight does not even begin to cover it. I'm joined now by Frank Poindexter. He's general manager of Wally's Café Jazz Club in the South End. Frank, it's good to meet you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Frank, how long has Wally's been in the family?
Wally's has been in business for approximately 74 years.
Great-grandfather, yes?
Yes, exactly. He's a Barbadian immigrant. Family was here in Boston, and he followed his brothers here in the early 1900s. So he got here back about 1917.
You know, I was reading a study from the National Independent Venue Association saying that as many as 90% of small independent venues could close by the time this pandemic nightmare is over. I know that live music's been hit really hard in this city too. Is the forecast for Greater Boston as dire as it is nationally?
It is. I mean, we don't have any idea when we'll be able to reopen. We're waiting on the discretion of the governor, and we're slated to be open during stage 4. But however, you know, that comes with many caveats. So, you know, it'll be decreased capacity, and then other measures that are, you know, you have to you know, other measures that you'll have to implement in order to run the business.
From what I understand, your family owns the building, so I guess you've got a bit of an advantage over other people who've got to worry about rent and that sort of thing. But how worried are you about survival?
No, hold on, but Jim, we do have to pay rent. We have to pay rent to the city. We have to pay property taxes.
Good point.
You know, so
good point.
I mean, and those are, you know, that's a lot of money.
How worried are you?
I'm extremely worried. I mean, but I have faith in the local government, and you know that, you know, and also the community that we'll be able to get past this.
When you say you have faith in the local government, I'm glad you use that adjective local, because I have to say, when I was reading about small historic venues like yours, it seems to me as an outsider that the federal government has completely abandoned enterprises like yours. I know there's a bill that's been pending called Save Our Stages that would do a hell of a lot for places like Wally's. Do you feel that your government, again, not locally, on the national level, has basically forgotten people like you?
Well, I feel that it's been a lack of coordination. And so that has led to, you know, people being able to say those type of things. So really, you know, if you're not organized, you know, these are the results of lack of organization. So I would say that's how I would describe, you know, the federal government's, you know, response in regards to local
What's the
business.
impact? Everybody I talk to about you and your place talks about all the young musicians who you have launched in the forum that you've provided, you and your family have provided. What happens to those young performers when a place like yours is shut down for a year?
It's basically loss of opportunity, and it's just not financial. The most important thing that they lose is the ability to network. You see, the networks that they create now are the networks that will propel and be able to create the foundation for their future. And it goes beyond just being a performer. They're in performing rights. They're in the best organizations in the United States when it comes to communication. So, you know, yes, the lack of being able to be together and network, and so they're searching out, you know, new ways to be able to compensate for this lack of, you know, being able to, because this is it's basically comes down to this. person-to-person contact. Okay, and these are the businesses that are the organizations and businesses that are affected when you lose the ability to be able to have person-to-person contact.
You know, I know how hard, well, I don't know how hard because I haven't experienced, but I like to think that I can empathize with people who've done some suffering. But it seems to me that someone like you who's in a people business, where when you're open, it explodes with life. In some ways, feel the loss the greatest. What have you done to get through these months and months and months, Frank?
Well, we participated with a local organization, a national organization called LISC Boston, LISC, and the program that we first got introduced was 6 Feet Beyond program, which was preparing businesses to open post-pandemic and create these, different ways in which to make the public safe and to operate in this type of environment. So those are one of the things that we've done. The other thing is that we're trying to pivot to a digital format so that we can provide the young musicians an opportunity to stream their music.
Well, I think I speak for everybody who's a fan of yours and your place that we hope we hear the music again soon. Frank, lots of luck and thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you and good day.
For more information about Frank's efforts, visit GoFundMe.com and search Wally's Café.